right. You've got to try and just get through there squeaky clean.
And not easy to overtake in this first sector. Stray offline, it can be very, very difficult. With three race thoughts of Michelin Motorsport manager Piero Talamassa. He's on down the pit lane with
at the front, so this is that was clear already this morning. On the rear, everybody, so for sure the medium and the hard, they will be a little bit better through the end of the race.
And so Brad Binder and Valentino Rossi medium rear, hard rear for Jack Miller. Everyone else has gone for the soft.
this Grand Prix.
The first Italian rider to take 3 consecutive poles here in 2013, and then went on to win the following. And we're underway here in Austin. A good start there from all riders on the front row, particularly Marc Marquez, who will lead through turn 1 here in Austin.
Been a really good start for Alex Rins. Pressure immediately as well, though, from Jorge Martin. Rins started 7th. He's inside that top 4 already.
Perfectly, he leads from the championship leader, Fabio Quartararo. Bagnaia then in 3rd. There is Alex.
Places. Rins is really aggressive here early on. He's now up at the podium places on the inside of Bagnaia already.
For the crest through turn 10.
We're just going to perfect start, and now then can he execute plan A? Pecco Bagnaia thought that he'd get his head through there into turn 15 as he tries to keep the pressure on Pecco Bagnaia. By the 2019 Texas winner, 7th he started, and he's already clawed his way up inside that top 3. Old man Bagnaia in 4th place.
Bagnaia coming under pressure further back
off the race, perhaps when some of the grip ahead of him fades. Marquez then in position A. Quartararo.
Marc Marquez, same gap as it was on the previous lap, back to Quartararo and Alex Rins.
11. Nakagami's had good pace all weekend. He's been top 6 in 2 or 3 sessions. He was quickest. He's gone down.
He's gone down.
I think he's tackling Nakagami.
It is. Naka, great pace this weekend, this morning in particular. Fastest in the morning warm-up session, but unfortunately...
Taka tumbles in Texas, not what we wanted to say at all. Sometimes when there's these sorted Aragon last year, he can cave in. Full fuel tank, still at this part of the race and out.
There is Jorge Martin, since getting past as we come across the line then to complete lap 2. It's still Marc Marquez that leads, fastest lap of the race.
He had top 5 rhythm yesterday, but at the moment he's been absolutely awesome.
Changes of direction, Nakagami has remounted, but he's stone last, 21st for the Japanese. He's found it hard to get the bike stopped through there all weekend.
Can't hang in there any longer. Still then, Marc Marquez. Halfway around this third grip, the better grip towards the back end of this race. It should be more durability for Jack Miller.
He certainly did not give away exactly what the speed is that Miller had. He looked brilliant before qualifying, very good indeed, and a proper threat, the rookie
Spaniard. Now who's got the advantage? They sweep down the hill into this fast turn number 2. It's advantage Alex Rins. The race at 2:04.631, the only man at the moment on the circuit in the 2:04.
And yesterday, isn't he? The Australian wants to put the record straight. Marquez there.
The significance of making that move back on Martin immediately into the first corner, because if he gets stuck behind Marquez and Quartararo just gapping him a little bit, so that was imperative that Rins made that move, although he might get
Pecco Bagnaia. Is Martin going to have a look?
Yeah. There's no might in it, was there? There was no might. And Binder, the exchange overtakes down into turn 12. They've got Zarco for companies.
Yeah, taking lumps out of each other there, Mir and Binder. Mir retaliates and meet turn 15. Sorry, 15. We're now going into a race where Marc Marquez really starts to show his cards, and very honest indeed.
Yeah, so kind of bunching up here. The pace is pretty slow. His man at the front, Jack Miller in the 2:04s. Just feels there's a bit of energy and tyre conservation. Second, as he hits the brakes into the first corner. Orlando Blue.
Who's gone down? Who has just crashed?
That was at the first corner.
The Frenchman, and his poor form, unfortunately, continues. The Pramac Ducati
title challenge has disappeared without trace.
Marc Marquez. In turn, Jorge Martin and Alex Rins are joining the party.
2021, we know it's a different Marc Marquez this year as he recovers back to full fit.
Simon, you got some views on the overtakes going on between Martin and Rins. Hang on a second.
Yeah, what I saw was when Martin passed him down the front straight here, past me slightly early, and Rins had to dive past it. He had the back of the ground, had to leap, and he pulled it off on the Suzuki because of the less top speed.
Yeah, Alex Rins won't be too worried though at the moment, will he? Because Marquez and Quartararo are not breaking away. Has got his head down now. He's just had his fastest lap of the race. And here comes Jorge Martin. He's moving through on Fabio.
Quartararo unwilling to allow Jorge Martin to come through on him. In the meantime, to the leading quartet.
Yeah, Marquez will be hoping that Jorge Martin can start roughing up and more as they sweep down through that very bumpy turn 10 on lap number 6. 0.666. He's riding like the devil at the moment, isn't he, Marquez? This is a skin already in this first 2 sectors on this 6th lap. He's nearly a second clear now of the Frenchman.
Miller has gone through, crucially, on Alex Rins. This is a great fight through the pack from the Australian.
Belly after what happened in qualifying yesterday. It's a premature end to the race for 31. And it's been a real bitterly disappointing recent run. It's now just, well, no top 10. It wasn't he when it was a bump as well. It also caught him out, but an early back.
Through on... Oh no, we saw that a moment ago. He's through on Alex Rins.
Head down on that 6th lap, fastest lap of the race, 2:04.629. Only Jack the 2:04s with the Repsol Honda man. So Marquez took half a second.
Marquez bolting. If he stays in second place, he does not feature in his World Championship as well. At the moment, Pekka Bagnaia. Up now a 1.5. Second lead over the World Champion. What would be his 4th MotoGP podium. He's third, 6/10 clear of Jack Miller.
It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever for Quartararo to start picking up his pace and going
his way through the pack. He's got great speed and rhythm, the rookie. He learns so well on that 2.
A bit further back, Andrea Dovizioso has just been passed by Aleix Espargaro for 13. Morbidelli is 16th.
Someone just went straight on in the background there. I'm not sure who that. As we watch here, Marquez then. Great lean angle around
6-1, but that was still 2/10 slower than Marc Marquez ahead of him.
Personal best lap of the race as well, ahead of Pekka Bagnaia.
Yeah, 2 or 3 laps ago, Steve, there must have been a mistake. Bagnaia pre-race that it's almost impossible to contemplate putting together 2 successive
play of the race start. Perfect start for Marc Marquez from 3rd. He's on that inside line immediately.
Suzuki colleagues on that sweep down towards turn 2.
Here has gone through on Brad Binder, so Joan Mir is up into 7th place.
Yeah, and this is quite impressive. Espargaro has had an absolute nightmare here in Austin. An absolute turn 13 for Aleix Espargaro. He will not be looking back on this one too fondly.
Ferrara up the road in 2nd. On board here now with the Italians.
Got to say, Jorge Martin's riding out of his skin.
The rhythm actually, finally, he's into the 2:04s, his first 2:04 of the race. So
yeah, there's only one man quicker ahead of him right now, Pekka Bagnaia, and that's Marc Marquez, your race leader. Blitzes by Alex Rins' factory Suzuki, so that's at least another point picked up.
He's up into 5th place. Jack Miller just up ahead of him has clawed a 10th or 2 back,
because Bagnaia knew that just using that little bit of extra acceleration for the Ducati.
Bagnaia's 11. That would increase his advantage to 57.
Have been here before, of course. Marc Marquez was running away with the race, repeating itself here today for the 8 times world champion. He's 2.8 seconds circuit capable of keeping himself in the 2:04s, and it is Marc Marquez.
Is 100% fit, is a threat at every circuit, but not even 100%. Circuits where you just knew Marc Marquez was going to bring out the big guns, and he has done.
In a narrow defeat to Bagnaia in Aragon, you always got a sense that he'd have chalked.
Back in Sachsenring and Aragon as well, he was to lose here in Austin again. He wants his crack
to around 3/4. In fact, he's eked it out. He was a little bit quick on that last lap.
Second of that.
This is pace that nobody else can live with around this COTA circuit. Miller's 7/10 behind Martin, and he'll back some World Championship points here with Quartararo. Looks like he's going to back 20.
That in these treacherous parts of the circuit, the Honda coping with the bumps very, very well. Jack Miller clearly knew exactly who it was behind him there and allows out. That's the first time that we've seen anything like that so far. If he can help Pekka Bagnaia, then he will.
And he's in that 15-minute Q2 session, left him in 10th place on the grid, and after a assault. Jorge Martin's going to have a pretty significant.
Yeah, and on that lap there, Bagnaia's up the road ahead of Fabio Quartararo, the Welsh sterling job in 2021. Second last time out in Misano. He's remained consistent. He's made the bad days second or third.
He's then got a big buffer back to Jorge Martin. He'll be relieved that there's no significant pressure coming from behind.
And then the big look over the shoulder from Jack.
Bagnaia, though's got the pace for this young man, Jorge Martin, who's just been out. And again, he's only a smidgen slower than Marquez and Quartararo ahead of him.
But here he is, about to recapture. He always has done, and he has been brilliant. There's no doubt about it, Matt. The issues earlier on in the weekend in terms of handling those bumps, that Honda.
And he can't resist, although in a little bit hot, Alex Rins, and on the cutback, Miller should, for how much longer Jack Miller will be able to resist the Suzuki man behind him.
Fifth place, it would be 3 consecutive fifth place finishes, and at the moment the speed that
Alex Rins has just got by far the better pace, by far the better grip, and Jack Miller back into 6th now, and he's got bother coming as well from Mir too.
And Hey Bastianini in the battle for 8th. Here is Marc Marquez then with 5 laps.
Significant risk to try and chase him and go with him. It was obvious that Marquez had the better pace, and
2 laps ago, you know, from now they'll.
And now Bastianini has made up a spot. He's gone past Brad Binder. Fight for 3rd.
Is he tiring now then, Jorge?
The most physical, I'd say definitely the most physical track on the calendar. And as a rookie, you use less of the machine, you use more of your body to do
this. Ultimately, Jorge Martin, a valiant effort from the rookie.
It seemed like he was looking down at the dash. Hopefully not for Jorge Martin.
He is definitely tiring, Jorge Martin. He's struggling a little bit.
Not fully recovered. His peak physical best from that massive crash he had in FP3.
If he'll get a whisper from the powers that be at Ducati, given the state of the championship.
Jack Miller didn't have the pace. That snatched his 3rd place away from Jorge Martin. Not close enough as they come back towards the end of this second.
The damage, and he's been given a long lap penalty for the shortcuts at turns 4 and 5.
Just 4 and 5. I wonder what caused the run-off, whether he just tired and just didn't have the energy to change direction, or that's maybe what
Bagnaia goes through. He's into 3rd.
Guys, it's not
a penalty loop for Jorge Martin. Might do further damage to him because it could well allow.
So he's only going to be losing 4 points to Fabio Quartararo in the championship battle. 20 with a 4.2 second advantage over Fabio Quartararo.
Pole further back. Martin then is 4th. He's got to take a long lap penalty. Rins is 5th. Yeah, there was a big front end moment. That's why he had to sit up and go straight on.
Could argue that he didn't really deserve that. I mean, just that one tiny little mistake.
The King of Kota is going to take his crown to Joan Mir. There is a 6th place on the cards for an AMB, well on course for a top 4 or 5. Martin still hasn't taken his long lap penalty. To be careful, because there'll be further penalties to come.
That's the thing, isn't it? He could be...
So then, are keeping an eye on things, but he's not going to be getting on the podium, I'm afraid.
And demolition job. It's been an exhibition like we've seen so many times here in Kota for Marc. 2nd, Quartararo looks like he's going to take 20 impressively precious points for the champion, when he been more disappointed with the 3rd place at Pecco Bagnaia post-race.